Hi, my name is Daniel M. Clark. I'm a podcaster and an affiliate, and this is our third time now doing affiliate improv. And to my right, we have, I know I jumped right into it. Let's start with Mike Buechele. Who are you and why are you here?
Is this on?
Seems to be.
Okay, good. Mike Buechele. I've been involved in the whole online advertising space for maybe 12 years now. I've done mostly on the technical side, the ad serving, branding, but also now in affiliate marketing and performance marketing. We're here pretty much to help get some ideas out of you guys. Anything that you're working on, any blogs, websites, ideas that you just want to learn. Hey, how can I come up with better ideas of monetizing this thing? So that's what I do.
Cool. Trisha?
I'm Trisha Lynn Favre, and this is where they told me to be at this time. I work for Me to Coupon. We're a coupon collection testing service, and I've been in affiliate marketing since late '06, mostly on the affiliate manager side, and now kind of on the Jack Jane of all trades side. And I'm always looking to help people and, those that can do and those that can't teach. So that's why I'm here.
That's a great start.
Yeah.
Eric?
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Souza, and welcome to SEO Expert. Wait.
No.
Okay. No. Affiliate Improv. I have a background in content development, web and graphic design, and about 4 years ago I really learned the power of affiliate marketing, and I've been on the advertiser side as well as on the affiliate side, so I'm kind of schizophrenic that way, so watch out. And also, just to let you know, I will be giving updates throughout the game, so you have no reason to leave, no excuses. I see Tebow out here, so we will be doing Tebowing, and looking to have a good time, and hopefully we can all get some good brainstorming and ideas going on.
Right on. Now, I have a card here that says, Affiliate Summer Speaker, welcome. We appreciate your time and effort, so thanks for being here. Okay. We value and rely on attendee feedback to continually improve the quality of the show. Please take the time to remind all session attendees, you guys, to fill out the feedback forms. You may turn them into any staff member. Each day, 6 forms will be randomly drawn to receive a gold pass for the next show, Affiliate Summit East in August, up in New York. Also, to help you with your session's time management, no, you don't need to hear that. There's signs in the back. Thanks and have a great session. I will. Thank you. Have a great session. Okay. Now the way this works is I come off the stage, and what we want is a topic or a passion, not so much a specific product or a specific service, but something you're really interested in, but you may not know exactly how to go from idea to action list, or how to blow up your idea into something really special. So I'm going to wander the room. This is very much audience participation. Feel free to shout things out whenever. We do not stand on ceremony here, so make some noise if you like. It's no big deal, please.
Maybe some examples you can give pretty much from the other 2 sessions we did. The first one we had a great one with it was a surfing. A guy. I wish I remembered his name. Passionate surfer. He had a blog about it. He made videos about it, and he just didn't know what to do with it because he knew this is what he wanted to build. So we helped him. We took that idea and just came up with all these different ideas of a way to go from where he was now to making money. And we heard from him a couple of months later, and he's making money, which is great. So the idea is, we don't have to get specific. Anything that we do, we're going to have a specific idea or blog or whatever it is you're doing on your end, but the steps that we'll give you are general enough that you can take it for your own.
You don't need to be told to go install WordPress or if you want to be a blogger, you need to blog 3 times a week or whatever. You don't need to be told that. You can go anywhere and find that information. So what we're here really to do is to brainstorm things and throw ideas around that maybe you haven't thought of. This came out of something that we did a year and a half ago with a friend of ours up in New York who was running a vegan website. And hey, go do a YouTube series and then go get the attention of Food Network. which she never really thought of. Just a little example. So you guys are ready?
We're ready.
You guys are ready? All right. What's something that you have an interest in? Raise your hand or shout it out, whatever. Yes.
Well, I work for a financial education company, and we have an affiliate program, and we sell our products through kindred educational companies where they'll say, hey, I evaluate this product. It's similar to ours, but it's a little different, and we would like to introduce you to it. We need more affiliates outside of our space that are financial education companies. It's kind of a market that is cannibalizing itself. So how do we find affiliates for an educational self-direct product that's outside of other educators in the same space?
All right. Who else? What else? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Hi. Cake decorating?
I like that one. Cake decorating is good. And yes. Okay. And I know Eric's got some experience with that. Okay. Who else? Yes.
Well, Tricia Lynn says that she's a Jack or Jane of all trades. Well, I'm a jerk of all trades.
You want to do a website about being a jerk?
No, I want to figure out what my passion is. I know a little about everything, but not a lot about any one thing in particular. How do you find your passion?
Wow, good one.
That's
nice.
That's actually a really
Specialization
good one.
is for insects.
Who else? Anybody else? Over here. Okay. I get all my exercise, like this whole session is all the exercise I get all week.
It sounds like a new podcast.
Could be.
Hi, crocheting.
Crocheting, okay, good. Who else? Somebody else had a hand up, right? Anybody? Yeah. Hi.
Sewing.
Sewing, all right. We can probably combine those a little bit, maybe. Yes?
You don't have to choose mine, but real estate investing.
Real estate investing? We know somebody that does real estate investing, don't we?
I say we combine all of these.
Yeah.
You want to combine all these?
Absolutely.
Real
we
estate,
it's called
crocheting, and sewing?
100directions.com. Jen Goody runs it.
Absolutely.
Who else? Somebody had a hand up.
Oh, jeez.
We'll take two more of these. Yeah.
Fitness, personal training.
Fitness and personal training. Yes, I could stand to use
Don't
a little bit of
argue with
advice
him.
in that area.
Watch out now.
One more? We got time for one more.
Over there.
Do it! Do it, Doug!
Tebow.
Throw this at you.
Okay, Moms Fail. So it's a blog about all the things that we do with our children and how we feel that we failed at them. Like letting my 4-year-old watch Dazed and Confused while I was sleeping in the bed.
My wife will tell you that.
That's just good parenting.
I was watching Sin City with
This is from somebody who
my
doesn't have kids,
then
so.
6-month-old daughter. And my wife was not happy about that.
Yeah, there you go.
So, okay.
Okay.
Give us half a moment, and we're going to talk about this amongst ourselves.
No, they're just looking over the topic, see what's there.
I like sewing or cake decoration.
Which one?
I like sewing or cake decoration. They seem like,
Come, pick what you want. I'm good.
Okay.
There you go.
Cake decoration.
yeah.
Okay.
So just to reiterate real quick, like Daniel was saying, even though we're going to be talking specifically about cake decorating websites, this could apply for, sewing or real estate investing or personal fitness. Just kind of substitute one for the other, and it's kind of the same ideas.
More than anything, we're trying to demonstrate a process.
Yes.
How to brainstorm things, how to think outside of a box, to use that tired old cliche. But, really it's more about the process of how to go about doing these things, because once you know a process, when the steps change down the road, you can adapt. So that's what we're most interested in. And, okay, let's go. Right. So cake decorating, what's your first thought with cake decorating?
How-to videos.
Yeah, there you
How-to
go.
videos.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Birthday parties and themes. What is it going to be for? And how are you going to make it stand apart from everything else and present that so you're going to actually get people visiting the site?
Well, if you
go ahead.
No, I was going to even want to take a step back from there. If you think, okay, let's do videos, how-to videos, I think the question before that is, what kind of content are you getting and how are you generating the content for the cake decorating? are you writing, are you writing something how to? Are you doing videos? Are there other people? Is this a community where you have a bunch of people who do all kinds of cake decorations, all kinds of pastries or something like that? Where is this content coming from, and what's the idea of building out this content? You even got to start thinking about that, different ways of the entire process. Where is the content coming from to begin with? And then then we say, okay, how-to videos is going to be one thing, but you also need to have some kind of text underneath that. Like have the video, and then you can either who was talking about it was Vinny O'Hare was talking about some services out there that'll take a video of whatever you're doing, and they can transcribe it. Yeah, so now you have a blog post of everything you just talked about in the video, and now you have the actual text on the page. Now you're talking page rank. So it's a whole, get the content first, but then we got to figure out, okay, what kind of content and what piece. So
right, and that's the great thing about being passionate about whatever it is that you're creating a site about. A lot of that content will come very naturally. So for example, cake decorating. You could talk about your favorite methods of making flowers, what your feelings on fondant, how it's cheating, or you could talk about all different aspects of cake decorating and just use your own experience. And don't be afraid if you don't know the answer to a question, go Google it and then rewrite it. Well,
something that you can also do is look for other sources like forums, and this can apply to anything from the financial advising or sewing, crocheting, anything. Look for forums out there where you have existing communities, and then become a member of that community. See what's out there, see what you can find, and make relationships with those people, and then investigate what they're doing to monetize their site, whether it's to try to sell affiliate products or try to sell their own cake services or right. Anything like that. Research forums and communities, because you have people who become addicted to the interaction that they get on these communities, because you can make friends there that you won't have anywhere else. In your own circle of friends, because you have a similar interest with this group of people. You can learn from them and then stalk them.
And then you'll know what kind of questions people are asking, so that will give you ideas as well, what kind of things to put on your website. If lots of people are asking about, how do I keep fondant moist, or something to that effect.
Put a damp towel.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I'm always asking that question.
I know, every day. I get a text from Mike every day. But yeah, if you see a lot of people asking the same kind of questions in a forum, that will give you ideas for the kind of content you can write, or the kind of videos that you can make. If you see a lot of, detailed how-to that's really kind of convoluted, you can easily get in there and make a really easy video about, put the towel over the fondant, done,
Hey, Rob has a question
whatever.
Down there.
Yeah.
To increase your site's visibility, go and visit a known cake decorator. Like my wife and daughters just went and visited a Cake Boss place not too long ago.
Right.
Okay, if you're near New Jersey, go down there, take some pictures, and say this is what we want to do.
Tag
or
it.
go to a similar place in your area, interview the owner. You're going to get some juice from them, and you're going to get some juice from people who want to know about them as well as what you have.
Great idea. Along those lines also, if you do a video or pictures or anything, if you do a cake that's decorated with a theme, like a music theme or something like that, then tag celebrity names that if you're going to be doing music or something, then tag. For example, my wife made a cake that had an iPod with a picture of Coldplay, a Coldplay album, and she tagged it on her site with Coldplay, and then another one for our kids, she did a Toy Story cake and tagged it with Toy Story. And I swear, those get organically 50 or 60 hits with no effort at all a day. Right. And just tag things that people are going to be searching for with unique content. And videos, if you do videos, talk about how Tom Cruise's favorite cake is, chocolate raspberry, whatever. And then you can tag it with Tom Cruise cake.
Right. And you can reach out to the PR departments of major brands and say, look, I just did this cake with, Coldplay on it or whatever, and try to get their attention and try to get them to talk about it. Because if you can get the brand to talk about you, That's tremendous.
Really? Yeah.
You know,
and that can apply to anything. I mean, if you're talking about what kind of yarn you're going to use, or anything like that, I don't know exactly the term. Sorry, but
you go to any website for any major brand, they're going to have contact information.
Yeah.
There's going to be at least an email address, at least a phone number of their PR department. Send them a message and say, look, I've got this thing. It's about you, and see what they say. They might be interested in what you've got going on. So.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best. That's another thing that, to touch on, the idea of getting samples from companies so that you can review them and talk about them. So, going along the cake decorating idea, if you spoke to
call Wilton.
Yeah, call Wilton or take a Wilton class, talk to their representatives, and, tell them, hey, I see this turntable that you've got. It's awesome. I'd like to try it out and review it on my blog. Sometimes if they have if they have a good PR department, they'll be willing to send you samples and you can try them out. You do have to make sure that you say specifically in your blog that this was given to you as a sample and that's how you got it.
Right. FTC disclosure is very important.
You could get in trouble for just taking something and using it. But, if you say, hey, they sent me this, I'm using it to show you guys how to use it, a lot of times they'll be very open to that, especially smaller brands that are really looking to get their product out there. Like a good example is like Slice. Slice is a smaller brand. They make ceramic cutting instruments. And so if you have a DIY type of blog or DIY, crafty kind of thing, they've got, or even they have kitchen utensils as well. They are very willing. If you say, hey,
do they have cake tools? They might have cake tools.
They don't. I know they don't have cake tools.
But tie it all together.
So you could easily reach out to these kinds of brands and say, I see that you have this thing. I'd really like to review it on my blog or compare it to, the competitors or, just talk about it. They're willing to work with you to get you that sample so that you can talk about it. And it gets them some press. It gets you press because they'll want the press for themselves and they'll promote it. So it's just a nice cycle that it will push you into kind of the forefront of people who are in that space's mind.
And we talk about community building, and that's a great way to build a community too. One of our affiliate improv guys from the past 2 affiliate improvs, Drew Bennett, who's also my co-host on one of my podcasts, he gets things every week from merchants, and it really is ridiculous.
Cars.
Yeah. Chevy let him drive around a brand new Camaro for 2 weeks just because he would blog about it. Now, the car he had to give back. But the great thing about building community, though, is that things that aren't requested back, you can give away to your audience. So he'll get...
And that's another good way to get people to your site, too, is to have a contest.
Drew especially gets a lot of toys because that's kind of the space that he works in. So he's constantly, every week, he's giving away a new toy or a new iPad app for kids or... something, anything, he's always got something going on
with the stuff that you get.
I know.
Was there a question or?
I do have a question. Maybe I've been in business too long, but doesn't anybody worry about copyright infringement?
Copyright infringement, yes.
Well, that's why you would.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, and that's why you would work with the brand to say, I'm, giving this away.
Full disclosure and make
sure.
There's
got to be all kinds
of
disclosure. You gotta consider all of that. Absolutely. Offer void in New Hampshire, Wyoming, and
as a caveat,
right?
If your
check
wife
with your
says you can't do it, I don't
before
know.
following up on anything we say.
Funny.
Along those lines, anything that you guys are blogging about or doing or trying to present, do not be afraid or feel ethically bad about asking for things because it's going to be publicity for them and it's going to be getting them some extra
The worst
attention.
they can say is no.
Yeah.
If you ask for something, they say no. Big deal. You move on.
Right?
Fitness equipment. Ask for check out with Nordic Track or whatever. You can write a review of their latest incline or something.
One of the popular. I don't want to get too far off the cake decorating thing because that was the stated topic, but Trek Desk. Treadmill desks are getting to be very popular.
You can cake on a treadmill desk.
You can make a cake on a treadmill desk.
That might be a shaky.
And you can contact people like Trek Desk.
Cake.
Right, you can contact the Trek Desk and see if they'll give you a unit, to try out and blog about and review, and then you put up your affiliate links and you monetize that. And maybe if you want to bring your community into it, you can give it away on your blog as a contest, and try to raise some awareness that way.
Another thing I wanted to mention was how to blog posts, instructions that you can have photos of step-by-step or videos of step-by-step. You could even break it up into different blog posts where you have, step 1 is going to be one day, and then make sure to check tomorrow for post number 2, which is going to be the next step in the series. And that way you have additional posts, additional content. You're going to get
content, yeah.
people following and coming back to your site because, if you have somebody going to your site one time, that's great. But if you can get them hooked, then that's great too. Also, if you're just a total tangent, make sure that you have a mailing list subscribe on your pages. That's huge. Make sure to build your mailing list because that's going to be great for making money.
I was talking to somebody yesterday about email lists. Mm-hmm. Okay.
My first one is there a difference between an email list and people who subscribe to RSS and email? And my other question is kind of with Facebook that are Google plus RSS aren't going away the dinosaur.
Okay. That's a good question.
Repeat the question into the mic.
So the first one is there a difference between building an email list and building an RSS subscriber list? There is a difference.
Yes.
RSS is a completely different technology. RSS, people are going to subscribe and they're going to read it in an RSS reader, not in their email client. So Google Reader, who uses RSS here? I know Google Reader, and that's pretty much it. So
yeah.
No, she's the list.
So there's some other examples of readers.
I think people definitely still use email.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
By and large, business revolves around email.
Well, and if you can get an opted-in email, then you can send them your email saying, hey, I think that you would find this interesting, and that's also how you monetize things. Right.
And there's not, a lot of people talk about Aweber, which would be, I think it's like $20 a month or something.
It is.
But you know what? I've started doing it on my sites. I'm just using a Google Docs form. It's super low tech, like in terms of it's not a service. I still have to figure out what I'm going to email them, so it's not like an automatic email that would be.
It's not as full-featured as
it's
using
not as full-featured,
but it's free.
If you just want to kind of get your hand into it, it's super easy to do.
It's still very different. An email list is still very different than an RSS feed because the feed you're going to be getting your blog posts from there. Having an email list that you send a newsletter to, or if you use a service, as Tricia just said, like Aweber or something like that or iContact's another good one out there. From that you can send. It does not need to be your blog post in those things.
Right.
It could
be anything you like.
It could be anything in there.
If you want to have
separate.
like a coupon code, if you've got a product and you want to have a coupon code for your subscribers, you can do that via an email list and only keep it to those subscribers. But if you put it on your blog to get it into your RSS, that's going out to the world. So that's a major difference.
To bring up Drew Bennett again, what he has done is he has an email subscriber list, but it's just for when he runs contests. And he doesn't run contests every day. He runs a picture every day. But the times that he does have a contest, he sends out a special email letting people know, hey, there's going to be contests coming up. Right. So you don't have to, RSS is, like you said, taking your blog post and just putting it out in this feed. People can read it in Google Reader or iReader or I don't even know. But the email you can customize and do special things for those people as a reward for giving you their email address.
Now the follow-up to this is Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, RSS going the way of the dinosaur. Do we see those technologies kind of going away anytime soon?
Make sure I understand that. You mean their RSS feeds is what you're talking about?
Oh, okay. I think it is still necessary.
I think if you just make it different so that it's not the same stuff that somebody would get on your Facebook page or get on your blog, then it's still worth it to people to subscribe. Yeah. As long as it's not quite the same thing.
It's two different channels. You can put one thing into one and another thing into another and keep it completely separate.
It's kind of a personal preference. A lot of people live in their Gmail all day, and they do everything through Google Docs, and they live in their email. Other people live in their RSS feeder all day, and just read that in between emails for work or whatnot.
Yeah, but I can think of a good example. I'm sure we're all here at Affiliate Summit, so a lot of us understand what affiliate super affiliates out there. You probably subscribe to, I don't know, like a Shoe Money who's doing a keynote here, or John Shower or something like that. You'll get the RSS feeds from them, where it's like, hey, here are my blog posts, but every once in a while you're going to get an email, which, yeah, they're selling something else, but that email is completely separate from their blog post.
Right. Yeah, it could be, I have an ebook that's only available to the subscribers on, the best tips and tricks for using buttercream, or something to that.
We did kind of get off the whole cake decorating thing, didn't we?
By the way, Loran oils. If you put a little dram of Loran oil, they have different flavors. They can flavor your buttercream. It's awesome. Just so you know.
I only kind of pretend like I know what
but
I'm
it really
talking
just
about.
it goes to show that
With the
this
cake
is really
decorating.
kind of generally, throwing out ideas.
Yeah, we've been talking
we
a lot.
use cake
yeah.
decorating, so we don't have to sit up here and go.
there's
Think of a general way to put every single phrase that we use.
By the way, cakecentral.com. Just you can thank me later by sending me a cake.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So we've been talking a lot about content and generating content, things like that. We might want to start talking about making money. I don't know.
Yeah,
do you guys care about making money?
I probably want to make some money off this stuff.
Right.
So how do you make money off of a cake site?
Well, there's, like you were saying, there's a couple of different ways. If your goal, it's all about your goal. If your goal is to make money strictly through the affiliate channel and selling things through, like, the Joanne website has an affiliate program, Michael's does not, which really sucks. There are a lot of different craft sites that have affiliate programs. Create for Less has an affiliate program. If that's your goal, then you want to focus on that kind of, like, getting products to review and getting tips that you can say, this is the best way I have found to make a rose, and I use this tool from this company, that kind of thing. But if it's more of a service thing and your goal is to get people to your blog and monetize through them hiring you for a cake, then it's just a matter of making sure they know you are available to hire for cakes.
And that would be especially easy because you can geo-target that, even because
Right.
you're not going to be doing cakes outside of a certain region.
Yeah.
So you could easily run a campaign and
that's not to
target
say
that.
you can't do both either.
Yeah, I mean, if you actually are a cake decorator or something like that, whatever you actually have a service or a product based around your blog or your website, that doesn't mean you can't have affiliate links or talk about the tools and the accessories that you use for something like this. So.
And get a catchphrase too. Like,
bam! Catchphrases are good.
Cake,
Question all the way in
bam!
the back.
I think going back to the copyright, I think Emerald might sue you.
You got somebody in the back? What now?
Question all the way in the back.
Okay, I'm going to come to you because you're too far back in the room.
Run!
I am not running. Are you kidding me?
It's only an hour session. Come on.
I live on sea level.
Pick it
I'm
up.
2,000 feet up in this town. I can't run. You kidding me?
These tips and techniques do apply to the other services, even financial services, guys. We're able to apply any of these things. You just have to find out how to hit your demographic and.
Right. I mean, the same thing. The same thing in terms of if you were to go with a financial services, just as a you're confusing.
Okay, I have a question. If like I have an informational blog, like it's not cake decorating, but say it is,
Right.
and do you go to like an affiliate network and put their stuff on if you want to monetize your blog? How do you get the stuff from an
Right.
affiliate network
Right.
that to coincide with what's on your blog? Or that
Yep.
seems to be
Data
my
feeds.
problem right now.
Well, what I do?
Don't even go talk about data feeds yet. No,
Yeah,
you're
let's-
actually talking about how do you even begin? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
I have a good tip for you. What I do, I have a Girl Scout blog, so I talk about a lot of different crafts you can do with your troop. And what I have done in the past is gone into the networks and used their product search. So if I know I'm going to be talking about a project that involves pipe cleaners or involves, a certain kind of clay or something like that, I'll go, and that's how I find other affiliate programs to join. So if I see that Create for Less has the best price, I may join their affiliate program so that I can link to their particular, and you can get that link just like you can get a banner link out of the networks. So I don't deal with data feeds because I wouldn't know what to do with one.
It's a very advanced kind of.
It's a little more
data
advanced.
feeds are
Well,
like this
you-
for
you
me
don't
when
even
I'm doing
need-
my own stuff.
You don't even need data feeds. You can get, like Wilton, for example. Well, you
Always
find
check the
net-
footer.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Right. Amazon
Right.
has their own affiliate program.
Yeah,
but-
like Wilton's they sell through Amazon, so if
Mm-hmm.
if Wilton doesn't have their own affiliate program, you could easily go to Amazon.
And Wilton does not. Or at least not that I'm aware
yeah,
of.
I'm
I looked into it a little while back.
One thing I'll say, since you're here at Affiliate Summit, I don't know if you had the chance to go through the meat market or if you're staying for the entire show to the expo hall. But we're talking about here is pretty much the CPS space, which is cost per sale. We're talking about, we're giving examples of like physical items that you would get a percentage of, right? This isn't CPA, which is completely different. But I would talk to some of the networks that are here. Take advantage of being at Affiliate Summit. Share a Sale, I would absolutely
CJ.
talk to the guys there. Commission Junction, Link Share, probably the three big ones out there. Google Affiliate Network as well. I would talk to Share a Sale just because I like those guys a lot. I do a lot of business with them. It's usually you can. They have a complete list of merchants out there that once you join, you can search through and find related merchants to whatever it is that you do. You join there. You join from there, and you're able to get the links in.
Links for the different kinds.
Yep. And like Tricia said on just a moment ago, if you find a merchant online just browsing the web and you say, hey, I wonder if I can sell these products for them, check the footer. It's usually going to be a footer where it says affiliate program or be an affiliate or something to that effect. They will take you to whatever page you need to be on, whether it's Commission Junction, Share a Sale, whoever they're with. Maybe they have an in-house program. Generally, it's in the footer. So I've seen it elsewhere, but it's generally down the bottom.
You could just search the page for affiliate, and it'll come up with something if it's in the navigation.
Right.
Yeah. Share a Sale, just going back to that for a second, Jason Rubacki was hugely helpful with me. And
here's an inside tip. If you ask Jason Rubacki to find you a merchant that sells whatever, he'll do it for you.
They also have a really easy to use, I'm not sure if it's an API or what it is, a really easy to use thing that you can set up to find specific products that are based on your search terms, and they will make you a little box that you can put in as an iframe on your page that it's really convenient.
And I can tell you, like, from the if you just have WordPress, an iframe code is, you could just pop it into a page or a post, and I just did it the other day, and I'd never done it before. It's super, super easy.
Yeah. Bam. Okay. We were talking a little while ago about videos, right?
Yes.
And what popped through my head at that point was, how do you get attention for a video? What are some of your thoughts on that? I mean, because what we're talking about is bikinis is good, but how do you take that? How do you get attention?
Well, I mean,
a bikini cake decorator.
There you go. I should slap you.
Yes.
Scoot over a little.
You might want to scoot.
How do you get attention for that? I mean, you don't have. I mean, it's pretty funny because I think the keynote speaker tomorrow wrote a book called Marketing Outrageously. But you don't have to be as outrageous as making a cake in a bikini.
Although you could.
You could.
They'd apparently like to see that.
Yeah, I mean, if you have built some kind of trust on Twitter, on Facebook, or something, if
you could run for president and
run for president.
Absolutely.
Well, this morning in Vinny O'Hare's session, he talked about cheerleader marketing, and you could do that. Go to the forums that you frequent that are about cake decorating, or go to different blogs, and just leave a comment that's not spam, that's just something like, hey, I really liked your post on this. And people who frequent that community that are interested in learning more about whatever your site is about will start to recognize your name, and eventually will say, hey, what is this cakedecoratorchick.com, or whatever, and they'll click through. I mean, half the reason I'm sitting here is because when I got into affiliate marketing, I started going to all these blogs and commenting, and people were like, who the hell is this person who keeps commenting on my blog? And that's how people started to know who I was.
We're all up here because of that, to some degree or another, because we get out there and get noticed.
Yeah, that's really a great idea. That's really a great idea.
Except for Eric, who I had to pay to come in here.
To get people back to your site, just talk about the things that they're interested in. Have the answers to the questions that they're interested in, and it'll bring them back to your videos, especially if your videos and that includes going to other videos on YouTube and commenting on those videos too.
Become a member of the community. Really become a member of whatever forum there is out there. Pinterest. Check out, if you don't know what Pinterest
is getting big. If you guys haven't heard about that yet, go check that out.
Pinterest.
Yeah.
It's like interest with
Spell
a P.
interest and put a P at the beginning.
Yeah, and you will become addicted.
I have invites if you need them.
My wife is on there constantly. Like the past 2 weeks, she's been on there, and I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Haven't you seen Pinterest?" And I said, "I better."
Pinterest helped me pick my really awesome iPhone case.
There's a blog post by Kim
Rowley?
Kim Rowley. Yeah. She talks about how to monetize using Pinterest and how to use it to get traffic. So check out the blog post by Kim.
Right. Pinterest is I mentioned this to somebody who's been doing it for a few weeks now, and she agreed with me. It is kind of like StumbleUpon, like a month after StumbleUpon first came out, and now look at where they are now. So it's very much a ground floor opportunity, and if they keep going the way they're going, I think they're going to be massive. Yeah. They're already growing significantly.
Right.
So,
but to go back to what Eric was saying about when you have images on your site, make sure you tag them and tag those posts correctly. Yeah. When you do that, they'll come up in Google searches, and people will, if they are on Pinterest, they might pin it, and somebody else will see it on their pin board.
Another thing. When you have images, watermark them or put on your website. Just go into Photoshop, put in the corner, put your website on it, because they will get stolen. They will get used anywhere else.
I would say that's only if it's an image that you took.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
If you found an image on Google Images, do not do that, because somebody will get pissed off at you. But yeah, if you took a picture of the cake you're decorating, or whatever it is that you're doing, if you took the picture, feel free to just really easily. There's actually, if you use Next Gen Gallery, which is a plugin on WordPress, you can set the watermark, and it will automatically watermark. It's just text, but it'll automatically put it on any image that you upload into
Eric mentioned Photoshop. You don't need Photoshop. It can be any image editing program.
You can do it with Paint. It's really super easy.
And it's important, really, because
a URL. And if people see that image on somebody else's site, they'll know, well, that person didn't write this. I follow a site that's all about manicures and doing your own nails, and she, had a long blog post about how she had to start putting really big on her pictures because she was seeing them on other people's sites. But that's how I found her site in the first place, was seeing this picture on Pinterest and seeing that it said, alllacqueredup.com, and went to that site, and now I'm addicted to that site.
And when you do it, when you put, I'm assuming that a lot of you use WordPress because it's
show of hands, WordPress?
Yeah, there you go.
Lots.
Yeah. When you upload images, when you put it in the media, put in a string of keywords in your, both for the title, for the description, for the alt tag, the same string of keywords. Optimize it, because that's important, because when you go and do a Google search, most of the times when I am looking for something, I look at the images. And the other thing that I do is I make sure to go to the high resolution images. I say look for the large images, because I don't want to see the little dainty things.
The thumbnails. Yeah. It's fine to have a thumbnail on your site, but if you can link that thumbnail to a larger image.
Right.
So that somebody could, if they just don't care and they just want to read the content, they can scroll right past the thumbnail. But if they want to see a bigger image, they can click on the image and do that.
It'll get your site loads in the background. Images.
Right. And that's really easy to do with Next Gen Gallery as well.
You're going to have to yell.
Okay.
That's what I was taught, whether or not, and it works. So is there a better way? There very well could be, but when I optimize my images in WordPress, I make sure to have the keyword string, separated by commas. It can be a phrase, phrases separated by commas, and then I use that same string for both the title, the description, the keywords, and the alt.
Now, there will be a difference of opinion depending on who you ask about how many keywords to use in a situation like that. Don't go nuts and load it up with like 150 keywords, because Google doesn't like that.
That really aren't relevant.
Right. And make sure you keep it relevant, keep it short and sweet. I say maybe 5,
and that's
6 keywords.
To go back to what we were talking about with, if you are writing a post about how strawberry vanilla or whatever flavor you said is Tom Cruise's favorite. Like, okay, if you write, if the focus of your post is how, like, Tom Cruise, like, frequents this bakery or whatnot, then sure, you can tag Tom Cruise. But don't be tagging, like, Kim Kardashian or Lindsay Lohan, or just, like, pop culture, like phrases that have nothing to do with what you're
unless
writing
you
about.
make a cake in their likeness.
I mean, yeah, unless it's relevant.